In the 80s and 90s, beat 'em up games were super popular, and the Sega Genesis has some pretty decent ones, and I would say one of the best of all time. So I want to share what I consider to be the best 10 beat 'em ups on Sega Genesis. If you want to emulate any of these games and need help setting up a Genesis and MegaDrive emulator, I have a link to my RetroArch and Fusion guides in the description below. Kicking things off is Shinobi III: Return of the Ninja Master, released in 1993. Now, I know at times this game will feel and look more like a hack and slash platformer, but Shinobi III features strong beat 'em up elements as well. You control Joe Musashi as he battles through 7 stages using his ninja skills and weapons to defeat his enemies. The game has some fluid animation, tight controls, and at the time, some very good level design, which also helped make this game a classic. Next at number 9 is Captain America and the Avengers, released in 1992. Captain America and the Avengers allowed you to control Marvel superheroes Captain America, Iron Man, Vision, and Hawkeye. The game featured a mix of beat 'em up and shooting stages, cooperative play, and vibrant comic book style graphics, making it a hit among fans of the genre and Marvel Comics. Coming in at number 8 is X-Men 2: Clone Wars, released in 1995. Clone Wars featured popular X-Men characters like Wolverine, Cyclops, and Gambit battling against an army of Phalanx clones. At the time, the game had some really solid graphics, the gameplay was challenging but in a good way, and there is the ability to switch between characters mid-game, adding a strategic element to the action. Number 7, Comix Zone, released in 1995. It offered a unique twist on the genre by placing players inside the panels of a comic book. You control Sketch Turner, a comic book artist who gets sucked into his own creation. The game's innovative design, where players move from panel to panel, combined with its vibrant graphics and challenging combat, made this a standout title. Number 6, Spider-Man and Venom: Maximum Carnage, released in 1994. This game was based on the popular Marvel Comics storyline. You could play as Spider-Man or Venom, then battle through various stages to stop the villain Carnage. This game was praised back in the day for its faithful adaptation of the comic, its engaging combat, and cooperative fun gameplay. Taking the halfway spot is The Punisher, released in 1994. The game allowed you to play as Marvel's anti-hero, Frank Castle, aka The Punisher, or his ally, Nick Fury. The game features some fun and intense action as you battle through various levels to take down the Kingpin and his criminal empire. The combination of melee combat and firearms provided a satisfying and brutal experience. Number 4, Alien Storm, released in 1991. The game provided a sci-fi twist to the beat 'em up genre. You could choose from 3 heroes, Garth, Karen, and Scooter. They each have unique weapons and abilities to battle an alien invasion. Alien Storm features a mix of side-scrolling beat-em-up action, shooting gallery segments, and first-person perspective levels that really added variety to the gameplay. Taking number 3 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Hyperstone Heist, released in 1992. Now let me just say, I have been a Turtles fan since the original show and have played every game that has ever been released. Back in the day, Hyperstone Heist brought the beloved Turtles to the Genesis in a game similar to the arcade classic Turtles in Time. It featured the same fast-paced cooperative beat-em-up action with unique levels and bosses, capturing the spirit of the Turtles in yet another great game. The runner-up is Golden Axe 2, released in 1991. This sequel, I feel, was better than the first and third game in the series on the Genesis. It kept the core elements of the original while improving graphics and gameplay. It offered new moves and spells, making battles more dynamic and engaging, also bringing back the ability to ride creatures, which in 1989, when Part 1 released, was cool anyways. My number 1 pick is Streets of Rage 2, released in 1992. I enjoy 1 and 3 as well, but they just didn't stand out as much as 2 did. And I'm going as far as to say this is one of the best beat 'em ups ever made. Streets of Rage 2 introduced new characters, Max and Skate was my go-to character. He was just way too cool. They redefined the gameplay with better graphics, smoother animations, and expanded the moveset from the first. The music, oh my god, the music was just great. Every level had an incredible soundtrack just to set the mood of beating up tons of enemies. All I can say is classic. So those are the 10 beat 'em up games on Sega Genesis that I think are the best. If you haven't played any of them, then give them a try through emulation. Once again, my setup guides for the Genesis emulator is in the description below. Thanks for watching.